Hey, Gary here with you. In day 62, AI blogging, we're going to take a look at the issue with GrooveBlog. If you remember, we created these two blog posts. I've yet to finish them. They still are in draft mode. Go ahead and open that editor. And this post came from Koala. And actually in this video, I want to cover if and how we can sort of follow this format. But you can see here what happened. If I scroll down, you can actually see that is now cut off the page. This is part of the issue where it's taking that HTML code and putting it in that iframe and messing things up. But I want to create a FAQ, or the frequently asked questions section, using ChatGPT and having it go out and pull down the people also ask questions from Google to fill in those frequently asked questions. But right now, I want to show you this issue. Again, if I copy this or if I drag this over, you can see that that's going to move. You can see that it's moving it around in the iframe. Now that was written in Koala. If I was to copy that, put that into a text editor and paste that in, you can see this is the end of the post, this is the conclusion. The HTML comes in, or the scripting comes in here when it creates this FAQ schema. And you can see here, it's putting in this code here, HTML, Java code, table, whatever you want to call it, CSS. It's putting in this code, and that is causing this issue right here. And we also saw that in any basic HTML code that we've embedded. I did send a message to Groove support, and they got back with me, and Joey from Tier 2 Tech Team apologized, and he said it's a weird issue. He said he checked with the team, and he thinks it's a new one. I tried to cut the parts out of the code, and it's still the same thing. He asked if I could build it in a different language like JavaScript. I replied here and I said I could probably ask ChatGPT to give me it or give me the code in JavaScript, but that doesn't answer the question of why this started happening. I would like for it to work the same before I go creating a different type of script like JavaScript, especially with that schema. It's just going to cause issue. He said it's an old issue, or it's not an old issue, it's a new one. Something there was lost in translation of what I said. And you can see here, we may be able to use this code once the devs inspect it, but as a workaround to make it work now, creating it in a different language will do the trick. Again, that basic HTML I sent him, probably I could do that in JavaScript, but the schema, I don't want to go down that path. I want it to work. So I'm going to wait for the response. And I'm also going to send them this new code, this FAQ schema, so they have that as well, so they can work with that. So that takes us back to GrooveBlog, and of course we'll have to make do with this and edit this. Everything seems to be working. It doesn't seem like it's out of control as far as being able to make edits. I haven't seen any issues so far, just things like adding spacing or editing words. It's just the fact that it's in that iframe. So then when you start highlighting things, things can start moving back and forth and moving around, and it's just not the way it should be with that iframe that moves around. But I think we can go ahead and edit it, because as we saw in the past, when we went ahead and saved it and then published it, it was okay. So what I want to do now is I want to go to the other blog post that I've written, open that editor. Of course, this is the one that we've started here. This is the introduction that we're building over in ChatGPT. Now, when I enabled this, and I said in the last update, I was hoping, or it was my hope, that I could build everything right here inside of this one chat window. But the thing now is, I realized I only enabled the SEO Core AI plugin, so I don't know if it's going to be able to do the next thing that I want it to do, which is go ahead and pull those frequently asked questions, or Google also ask, to build this frequently asked questions section for me. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down, and you can see here's everything that we've done. And here's where it built the blog post outline, but I want it to add in the FAQ. I already had it write the introduction, but I'm going to go ahead and ask it to build an FAQ. And here's the prompt I'm going to use. Can you please build a frequently asked questions section with 5 people? Also ask search results for the keyword and add it to the blog post outline for the keyword evolution of astronomical observatories. We'll go ahead and we'll click start on that, or click go. And let's see if SEO Core AI plugin can do that. Hopefully the SEO Core AI plugin can go out and look for keywords or do a Google search. I'm not sure if it can, and that's why in the past we used WebPilot and Scraper, because it can go out. And you can see here, I'm sorry for the confusion, but as an AI, I don't have real-time access to the internet. 4 people also ask. And this is one of the things inside of ChatGPT that I wish they would fix. Hopefully they do. Allow me to change the plugins, and there may be something on the back end that they have problems with, or maybe that's an option they're working on. And we'll see if they do that. But now what I need to do is I need to take all of this information, and this will be in the next update. I'll take all of this information from this chat, and I will feed it into a new chat, and I will make sure that I have Scraper, and I also have WebPilot plugin enabled. But you can see here, it did apologize, but it can suggest some frequently asked questions. And here are the frequently asked questions that it suggests. And they're not bad. And it does provide a really good summary, but it's not that real-time data that we were looking for. So I'll go ahead, I'll update all that, get all that ready for the next update. This was a short one, but it's very important to see, like, when you're working with GrooveBlog or WordPress or whatever you're using, even if you're using Wix as a page builder to build out your blog or your site, you're going to have these things where you run into technical difficulties, and it's all part of the journey. Of course, this is day 62. We're headed towards 100 to see what we can do and see what happens when we get all this content up. And by all this content up, I mean 100 blog posts at a minimum over these next 100 days here together, or ending out these 100 days that we spent together. And if you're having fun and you are learning, give this video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Any questions, let me know in the comments. See you in the next one. Bye.